Welcome back, everybody. I got another Teen Angels magazine, and this is my first tattoo style. When I first got it, I thought this magazine was like a back issue because I know some Teen Angels, they might be the same number 5, but they look completely different. And yeah, I'm not exactly sure why, but here I got a tattoo style, and let's get into it. So the front cover for this issue was done by an artist called Cubano, and that name is seen here in the bottom, but if you can't read it, that's what it says. And let's get into it. And the book starts off with, on the left side you got a lady combined with a snake, with the body of a snake. It has the scales, but I'm not even really sure it's a mermaid, or maybe it is a mermaid, but because she's in the ocean. But mermaids don't really have this bottom part. Usually it's all scales, but that's what makes me think it's a snake. But on the right side you got the tattoo style, and it has the address in Rialto, California, if you want to send in artwork or articles. And yeah. And here we have the little cuties drawing, different little characters. But something about Teen Angels is that sometimes I don't know who the artist is. Like this, on these 2 pages, did Teen Angels draw all of these characters, or did people send in their own characters? Like for this, for example, I feel like Teen Angel drew this one up here, but I don't think he drew this one down here. But maybe he did, maybe he didn't, I don't know. And it says, these cute little vatos y rucas make good stationery designs. Just add the names of your sweetheart. Cute tattoo designs have always had their place in the hearts of many. And yeah, the person that I got this from, he told me he was trying to get into tattoos, and he would use this as a reference. And here we got some more drawings where you can draw, I guess you can cut it out and draw directly on the drawing. That's why there's a lot of blank spaces. And it says, fill out one of these pictures, use black pen only, send into Teen Angels magazine. Please include donation and extra stamps. Thanks. And I'm assuming the extra stamps is so that when they receive your artwork and they scan it or they use it, they can send it back. And I think I have seen some of these, some Teen Angels magazines that do have these drawings with the hit-ups in them, or the names of all the people in their neighborhood. And yeah, and I like the different styles. And that's always, I guess, something that from this specific magazine. You got the people in the top right, where I guess they all have their hands in their pockets, and you got the people in the top left where it only shows their chest and up. Yeah, I think my favorite one from these is this page, both drawings. And then here we have a just clowning. And if you can't read the signature on the top right here, it says by Payaso 1. And I think that's Teen Angel's son, one of them at least. He has two sons, and I think I was reading through Payaso's Instagram, and it mentioned that Payaso would make some drawings, and his dad would really highly encourage him. So I think these are his. And something about having a parent that's specialized in something. Usually their sons are also very good at that thing, even though they may not pursue it completely. Like, all these drawings are really good, and to know that they're from Teen Angel's son, you know, it makes me feel like Payaso could have done something with drawing, but even though we don't really see it that often. And here we have more drawings. The street lamp and sign, the town I live in, and it has like instructions to use the tattoo designs. And yeah, these are really nice. Here we have how to draw a clown face. Oh, how to draw clown faces. And again, by Payaso. And if you notice the border for this one are handcuffs. That's pretty creative. I don't think I've ever seen that. The border designed to be handcuffs. You have how to draw happy payasos, how to draw sad clowns. Then how to draw heads, hair, and hats. And yeah, on the right side you got, what does it say? The Almighty Spanish, kings, lords, dukes, counts, knights. And I think it's a little history on that stuff, and it says that the Chicago area has had a very long tradition of groups and clubs with fancy names that express high social standing and class. Expensive sweaters and jackets were worn by the members with Old English names and emblems sewn on all jackets and sweaters that were all ordered with special color combinations that were worn proudly by all the members. And I think these are the patches that would go on the sweaters or the jackets. If you notice, each drawing has a little outline around it. That's because these are for that specifically. And you got King Cobras, Almighty Royal Spanish Conquistadors, the majestic Latin ladies, Borregos, the majestic Spanish queens, and I feel these ones were drawn by Teen Angel. This lady especially has his style. And then right here you have how to draw knights and castles with style. And yeah, I think Teen Angel was really into drawing a lot of things, not just gang art. And here you had Chicago, Illinois, gangland. And I think you have all the different gangs. What the heck? On these 2 pages we have a list sent in by Gator crews from the Chicago area back in 1981. This list of gangs was made during the late 1970s and early 1980s. We can see a total of 90 gangs listed, however, the list may not be complete. Back in 1927, there were over 1,300 gangs listed. During this time period, clubs, groups, and gangs wore expensive jackets and sweaters of special colors and logos or emblems. Professional style business or courtesy cards were made and used also. You will see samples of these on the following pages. Some of these designs have survived for many years now. Fuck, dude. I didn't know. And I'm sure you can read all the names for yourselves. Chicago, Illinois, Gangland, USA. And I guess these are the cards he was talking about that they'd pass out. You got Jokers of 19th Street, Latin Brothers, King Tokers, Villa Lobos, Jokers. Damn, dude, that's a lot. A lot of research and hard work went into this. You got Viking Warriors, and again, like, apart from just like the gang information, then he goes into something a little bit more like fantastical, mythological, historical. How to draw and add details Viking warriors. Here you have a lady, Valkyria. And that looks really cool. That looks like some comic book art. And on the right, you have I forgot what these are called, but you know, you could rip it out and then write a letter to someone. Color rating. You got another one, stationery paper. Looks like the little fairy's having an orgasm in the flower. And then on the right, this is the first color page from this book, and yeah, you know, it's just tattoo style, but in color. It says the knife has long been in very popular designs because it is long and thin. It fits well on the skin or lower leg. You got snakes and the little farmers union symbol, and you got just little ribbons going around the blade, the dagger. Yeah, these are all thick pages, so these are good. These are the hearts and flowers. There is no end to how crosses have been depicted. The basic cross can be used with roses, flowers, jewels, and skulls, crowns, ribbons, and other items for art on tattoos. And here we have the final color page. And on the right we go back to black and white, and here we have Azteca. And again, I think they left the shield blank so you could write something in. And here we have a drawing by Mejia. And it's just a nice naked chick. She's got cactus coming out of her, a snake going around her, a rattlesnake. And the snake that's going around her is also like about to fight the eagle. So this is really cool, and if you can see the shading in between the snake and the behind the cactus and the girl, you can see the hatching and cross hatching around that. So yeah, this drawing is really cool, man. I don't think I've seen that in other Teen Angels drawings. I think I've seen Mejia's art in other Teen Angels, and he always gets down. But here on the right, we got more pieces of paper that you could rip out, and then you could draw. You can write on it and then send it back to Teen Angel, or for your own. Just keep it. I guess you could keep it as well. Here we got prison watchtowers. It says, so after you practice drawing the prison towers, you can decorate them by adding extra details which can tell a story of sadness and remorse, serving time behind the walls, behind the bars. And yeah, I guess that is true. You have your basic watchtowers here, and then on the right side you got them with a ribbon around it, with the eagle in front of it. You got the little sand thing. And then continuing over, you got a bunch of skulls. How to draw skulls and skeletons. And that's pretty cool. I guess you could... I always look for things like this when I'm drawing, like how to draw the skull from different angles. Skulls and skeletons. And that's always really fun. And here we go, history of club jackets. And yeah, there's just a lot of different gangs or crews or gangs. Oh shit, you got more. You got Pomona, Pacoima, Malditas, Loca Memorias, Dragon Lady sounds pretty cool. Tijuas y Que, Los Hawks, Brown Satisfaction, Poor Side of Town, Dragon Warriors, Santa Monica Chavos, Barrio Tres, I think it says Compton or Compton 1, Shadows of Eso, The Night. And here we have another drawing by Mejia. I think I've seen this drawing more often in Teen Angel. Like, I feel like the drawing, the one on the left, is used in Teen Angel magazine repeatedly. But here we just have the black and white version. And then on the right side we go back to the Lady Viking. Viking Princess designs courtesy of Gypsy from Lancaster, California. Okay, there you go. Teen Angel didn't even draw this. It was Gypsy from Lancaster. And here we have some Mexican designs from the eagle wearing a crown. You got the flags. And this is the evolución del diseño del águila mexicana. And this is cool. I never knew that the eagle had different designs, or the flag had different designs. And then it starts over here, and it ends over here with the one that we have today. Well, that's really cool. And this is And right here we have some of the artwork that I know Teen Angel for. So when I think of Teen Angel, I think of this kind of art. If you notice, the girls, they all have the hair kind of the same hairstyle where it kind of curves to the back of their head. And yeah, the shading here is very different than other ones. The shading around the leg is just like little scratches going that way, and then a line going down. And it's always like the kind of like the same hair. You can tell that other characters on the right side, they all have the hairstyle as well. And yeah, I think it's something you don't see very often these days. People taking this much time to add shading to their drawings, and this shading is very weird because if you notice in the back right here, all around this part, they're not just dots, they're like little squiggles. It's like he's going like in circles. Right here you see the dots, but then more in the back you see like more squiggle lines. And yeah, you have the whole borders lined up with roses, little like pinstriping designs, and right here more pinstriping designs, and then you have the text, and then you have the details inside of the lingerie the girls are wearing. So I think that's one reason why I'm really attracted to Arte from Teen Angels, because he put so much effort and a lot of detail in all of his drawing. And again, to the right side, you have a little bit more of the same. Paper dolls, pinup cuties. And it's drawings like these that I could kind of look at these drawings all day. And even for me, like the most attractive parts are like the lines right here on the skirt or on the dress, the ones going down and all around. And again, for the people that always wanted to know Teen Angels, this is Teen Angels. Damn, this fool has a lot of pinup drawings, dude. Here we have just chicks wearing different outfits. Take it all in. More. And then here we have something a little bit more different. The girls on the left side, they have different hairstyles. So that's something to appreciate. And then on the right side, you have something a little bit more American traditional style. Gypsy girls. And yeah, that's it, man. I think we've come to the end of the magazine, almost. And another drawing by Mejia. And I don't know if you guys know if Mejia has a social media account or a personal following or like an artist following. I would really like to follow Mejia and look at his other artworks, because I only know him through the Teen Angels magazines, but I don't know if if he has other artwork as well. And these 2 pages are Mejia. And this is where it ends. And then it ends with a stationary back cover. And that's it, man. That's Teen Angel's tattoo style magazine for you. To be honest, I like this kind of magazine. I think more than his regular magazine. But yeah, I hope you guys liked it as much as I do, or as much as I did, and see you guys for the next Teen Angels magazine.